I think this might be the best angle that I can get right now. I've got one of those basic phone holders, but I do not have £60 to actually get a expensive phone holder with the lights and stuff like that. So basically, this doll and like the others are like extremely gluey messes. This is the aftermath of me putting baby oil in their hair. I can't really see the camera angle, so I will try my best. So I have this little wonderful tub of baby oil. Not baby oil, baby powder. See, this is why I didn't want to set up a YouTube. Because I am a special cupcake. I think all this baby powder might need to be swapped out. It's not really having a good effect, so... Especially that after a while the baby powder just clumps in the oil itself. As you see, it'll go like this. And then I will need to wash the hair afterwards. So I just want to make sure that I make this wonderful cake batter, I guess. There goes my light. So I want to continue working this through the hair, making... Yeah, I'm just going to call it doll cake batter, essentially. I'm definitely going to need fresh baby powder though at some point. So what this does is it will absorb all the oil, which is why the baby powder will clump. I will get my little tool though and scrape up any mess, because this is probably all going to have to go in the bin and I'm going to need to get some fresh powder. I mean, it's a long method, but it's honestly something that I prefer to do. I mean, the elastic snapped off this front piece here, and everyone is going to need to definitely have a wash, yeah. So I'm going to pause the video and then replace the baby powder. Okay, now that's gone, I'm going to grab my actual baby powder. Get some fresh stuff. So basically what I've done is, off camera, I basically just brushed this doll's hair. I mean, it looks awful now, but you should see the results when it's actually washed out. So a lot of people just skip the baby powder step and just use dish soap. I find the dish soap kind of like strips out a lot of the softness that the baby oil brings in the baby powder. It's just a preferred method of the way I'm doing it. You can do it either way. There's no right or wrong method. There's always a preferred method, I guess. So she's pretty much done. She's in doll cake batter heaven right now. So I'm going to grab all my dolls down, and then I'm going to attempt to just wash out with just like normal doll shampoo. Well, not doll shampoo, but people shampoo and conditioner. And then hopefully that will wash out perfectly. And if not, I only use dish soap if the baby powder is definitely not working. So this is just like the way I need to do things, or I prefer to do things. I see so many comments where, you know, people attack each other for having their own preferred comments. No matter what, I think that stripe is gonna be in the way. I'm trying to hold it. Like, even when it comes to pen marking, I really need to get the pen marking sorted, because I see like far too many comments that not always give the wrong advice, but it is hard to know if people are just trying to be helpful or trolling in a lot of these groups. So I remember certain conversations that I've had with people where someone asked why their doll joints have snapped, and I told them that's mainly because you know, you shouldn't force a doll joint when you're removing arms and legs. If you're having difficulty, especially removing heads, then, you know, do it gently and use a little bit of heat. But when I mentioned using heat, Now this wasn't a troll comment. This was like a legit thing that someone thought they had to do, and they thought they had to get a lighter to the joints. And I was like, no, that will melt the plastic. Use a hairdryer, but keep it away from the hair. Or you will, just use a little bit of hot water. That one had me baffled. I honestly thought it was a troll at first, but no, they were serious. Then I know a lot of people suggest boil washing a lot of the time. The downside with boil washing for me is like it's suggested a lot of the time for gluey hair. If you're having issues with gluey hair, then the boil washing usually makes it worse, not better. Boil wash usually helps with like straightening hair or softening the fibers of a doll, rather than helping. So my brain's going to poo right now, mainly because I'm like trying to sort out making cake doll batter. Honestly, it looks awful, but it works. Just gotta trust the process, I guess. I'll probably wash these tonight because I've got nothing else to do right now. Let's see, what other things have I had? So I'm trying to think, and I'll do this and talk at the same time. Another one, let's see, I've had comments where, when it comes to boil washing, I have experienced people that have been suggested to boil wash have put their doll heads in a saucepan with boiling hot water and treated it as if it was pasta. I've seen things where I know I've had experiences where my kettle water has like literally done more damage than good. Because it was too hot for certain hair types. Definitely research hair types before you use any methods of heat, especially if you're using straighteners, hair dryers, anything like that when it comes to a doll's head. Also, overbrushing can damage fibers, especially with cheap doll hair. And you would think, like with dolls, that companies would use high quality hair, and that's not always the case. Some dolls in Monster High that I've noticed can be particularly bad with frizz is like Jane Doolittle. Let's see, Ghoulia. Who else is bad with frizz? Oh, Venus. So like First Wave Venus has been particularly bad. But yeah, so this is pretty much a repeat process. I'll have to split up my tips in smaller sections, but this is pretty much done. Still a bit oily, but it's just to absorb the majority of the oil, and then I just wash. So it looks awful, but I will show results afterwards.